I really want you to imagine this. You book 1 to 3 high intent sales calls per week with Loom video recordings just like the one I'm making right now, because that is what I will reveal in this video. And you will thank me after this video, because I promise, I'm making a promise to you, by the end of this video, if you apply the principles, you will attract clients within a span of 60 days with content and with YouTube. That is my guarantee for this video if you apply what I'm talking about. And before you ask me like, oh, who's this Indian kid talking to me, my name is Rohit and I help agency owners, coaches and course sellers build a personal brand on YouTube. You can just see this is some stats that I've pulled, blah blah blah. You can pause to see whatever that is. The first thing you need to understand is that you need to shift paradigms. Paradigms is how you will actually convert people with your content. If you're someone who's posting videos, right? If you're someone who has been posting videos, you do not see any results. This is why you do not see any results, because you're not able to shift paradigms. Paradigms is how people see the world. And if you cannot change the way people see the world, how are they supposed to remember you? I want you to really think about this. The last time you watched a YouTube video that actually made you go like, wow, this information is crazy, it probably was because the person who was making the video made you think in a different manner. Yes, they made you think in a different manner. And so what you need to understand is this is how people actually exist. Let's just say, for example, this is everything that could be experienced in life. Every single experience can be boiled down inside of this oval, or oval circle, or whatever you want to call that. This is your client. You can see they are inside this circle, and this circle is essentially how they view the world. This is their paradigm, right? So every experience that they have is always going to be something inside of this circle. It cannot be anything from outside here, because that's not how they see the world. If they cannot see the world in that manner, there is no way they're actually going to be listening to whatever information that you have to say, because customers live in their own bubbles. And so when they live in their own bubbles, what actually happens is that it becomes very, very hard to convert them as clients, because they are not ready to change the way they think. The first step to actually convert people is to change the way they think. Any sort of lead generation or any sort of what do you say, lead nurturing sequence always has this as its first principles. You have to change the way they think. And so your goal with YouTube is to first of all shift paradigms, not to get subscribers, not to get leads, not to get opt-ins, just shift their paradigms. And the key to convert viewers into leads is to capture them at every stage. This is very, very important. This is something that people don't do. What they don't do is that they believe that the high intent people are the ones that you have to capture. Well, that is wrong. I'm able to book about 3 to 5 sales calls currently per week with this channel right now that you're watching. Imagine that I'm able to do that. It's absolutely game changing once you understand this. So people usually believe that pain as a thing grows linearly. Now this graph is not linear, it's exponential, but I hope you get the point, right? People believe that with due lapse of time, the pain that our clients experience actually increases, when that is wrong. That's not how how that exists. Your clients face pain like this. There'll be peaks here. Then there'll be points in which they don't feel the pain. I want you to really imagine this. The last time you actually felt pain because you were not actually growing on YouTube, right? Just think about that moment. Now tell me, when you actually do grow on YouTube, do you still feel that pain? You probably don't, right? You probably don't feel that pain, but at the same time, we have this belief that it's going to rise linearly. And so, what I need you to understand is that there is going to be pain points at every single moment that your client experiences. This is the highest pain point that they could experience. This is the lowest pain point that they could experience. So I want you to understand this. All of these people who are watching your videos, who are actually fitting your ideal client profile, are people who are going to become your future clients. And we want to capture every one of them. The people at the highest pain point to the people at the semi pain point, they're sort of in the middle. We want to capture every single one of them. And the way that we do that is that we need to divide our funnel into three parts: high intent, medium intent, and low intent. High intent people are the people who have the highest amounts of pain. These people are in so much pain that they need a solution, right? They need a solution because of this. So these are high intent. Medium intent are people who are sort of in pain. You know, they're sort of in pain, but at the same time, they're not. And low intent are people who are not really in the pain, but they're just to look around. We need to capture every one of them. So if you see in the description, I have two links here. I have one link directing to a VSL and the other one to a lead magnet. You can see this in the description, by the way, if you want to know. So that is what we're essentially going to be doing is the people who are at the highest pain point, we're going to be capturing them with a VSL page. We're going to direct them to a VSL. And the people who are not, we're going to direct them to a lead magnet. So the VSL, the only point of the VSL page is to get them to book a call because they are at the highest amounts of pain. And so this link over here in the description is what my VSL page is, right? And what we do is we split test the page into two different messaging. This is something that I help my clients with, in my own program. By the way, not trying to sell you, but you can see it in the description if you want to know what I do. Now, this is what I give my clients basically. And so we split test the funnel in which we have different sort of messaging to find the best one which works for us. And once we do that, we have a VSL page in which the only point and the only goal is to book a call, right? Because these are high intent sales calls. These are high intent people with a lot of pain. Now, how do we capture medium intent? When the medium intent people are on this VSL page, they're not looking to book a call, right? They're not there to actually book a call. What they're trying to do is to just look around and see what you do. And so what we do is we have a pop-up, right? So in ClickFunnels, you have an option to create a pop-up, and inside the pop-up, you just give them access to a lead magnet and get their information, which is very important because these are low intent or medium intent people who are basically trying to look around and see what you do. So these are like the warm leads. These over here are hot leads, by the way. These are people like they want the solution. This is somewhat in the middle. So we capture them on the VSL. And the low intent people, we send them on a lead magnet page in which they also sign up and in which we actually capture their information as well. And so when we do this, what happens is that we are capturing every lead at every different stage. And once we do capture their information, right? Once we like get their email, phone number, or whatever, we send them to an email sequence. We write out an email sequence to nurture them. We also create an automation in which we are essentially every video we post, right, it gets sent on our email list so that these people know that we are posting videos. These people know that, oh my god, the Rohit or you have posted another video, Rohit has posted another video, so that they become nurtured even more and more. That is what you need to do. And this is what I teach my clients and my students. And I want you to note this one thing, that this will take a lot of time to do, by the way. If you're under the impression that you can attract 30 sales calls in 30 days within the first month of starting YouTube, you're actually wrong. It will take a lot of time because YouTube lead generation lags with time. So what that means is that you're not going to see results at the start because the results lag, and then suddenly you'll start to, the ball will start to roll, there'll be a snowball effect and everything will start to work. And so what I personally do is I post 3 videos per week. All right, 3 videos per week to do this. 3 videos a week is all you require, and you don't need to have some fancy edits or anything like that. Just simple videos like these also will work a lot. And what you need to understand is, ignore this devious looking person. What you need to understand is that the eyeballs don't matter as much as the person does. The eyeballs doesn't matter. The person does. If you get 10 views on a video, that's fine. It's not a bad sign. Your brain will tell you it's a bad sign because you're chasing the vanity metrics. But it's not a bad sign. It's a good sign. The more specific you are with your content, the person who actually watches your videos is way more important than how many people do that. And so what I need you to do is to, if let's just say this is your ICP, right? This devious looking person is your ICP. I want you to choose three big problems that they face that you are potentially solving with your videos or you're potentially solving with your business. There's three problems that they could potentially be facing, and then you find micro problems inside this, and then you find micro problems inside this, and then you find micro problems inside this, and you find these micro problems, and then you find more micro problems, and you essentially just create videos solving each and every one of these micro problems that they could face related to these big problems. And because the more problems you solve, the more trust you generate. And since we're in a trust recession, it is very valuable to actually generate a lot of trust. And so that is basically how you book high intent sales calls with YouTube videos. Now, if you want my help, you want to see what I do, you can see the description if you want to. You don't have to, but you can see it if you want to. Also, you can go and watch this video. Don't sacrifice your future self for the pleasure today. Peace.